Coming up, Flagstaff citizens show support for Ukraine. Plus, climate change activists in Flagstaff target the money behind fracking. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Aleja Vallejo.
And I'm Hannah Ware. Thanks for tuning in. As the war in Ukraine continues, support from around the world pours in for the country under attack by Russia.
The Flagstaff community has stepped up to do its part and show support. I sat down with some Flagstaff locals to see how they're supporting Ukraine. When Russia attacked Ukraine on February 24th, all eyes were suddenly on the once independent and peaceful nation. And since then, the world has responded with support. Many countries, including the U.S., have done so by cutting ties with Russia, but the support doesn't stop at the national level. Here in Flagstaff, the community came together to raise money for Ukraine. Local businesses, artists, and musicians held a benefit at the Orpheum Theater Sunday, where the profits will be going to support Ukraine. Flag Tag AZ was there to help raise money the best way they knew how, using sharp objects.
We brought our axe throwing trailer down here, partnering with the Orpheum to try to help people out with the Ukraine, give them a little bit of fun for all the local residents. We think that giving back to the community and to the world is not a bad thing.
Other businesses donated merchandise for a silent auction. In Cahoots Vintage Clothing auctioned off a peace package that featured 1960s go-go boots and various peace-promoting accessories. And the Sweet Shop auctioned off a gift basket filled with many treats. Local Flagstaff artists had their artwork up for auction too. And local Flagstaff teacher Kaylee Quick was live painting.
So this is a white stork, which is the national bird of Ukraine. So I've done 2 paintings tonight. This is my second one. So hopefully, they go for a good price and, 100% of the proceeds are going to Ukraine.
Within an hour of the event, the community had raised just over $2,000, all being donated to 3 separate organizations that are helping Ukraine through the war. Though the event was full of fun activities and live music, it was also a show of support at the local level. Aleja Vallejo, NAZ Today. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services says it's taking steps to solve a backlog of 9.5 million cases. Processing times for citizenship, green card applications, and work permits have increased drastically, going up 25% in recent years. To help solve that problem, the agency says it will expand so-called premium options. These allow applicants to pay $1,500 to $2,000 to speed up their paperwork.
For our tax tip of the day, IRS agent Brian Watson shares another way to avoid scams through the phone. He says the IRS only communicates through a call as a last resort.
There are a few small instances where someone from the IRS may contact you by phone, but normally that started with a letter in the mail and it's an ongoing kind of continual conversation. You're never going to get an IRS employee demanding money over the phone, especially demanding you to pay with a gift card or iTunes card or something crazy like that.
For more information, check out irs.gov. A local group is targeting a big banking company in the battle against fracking. NAZ Today's Caitlin Boland has the story.
In the constant fight against climate change, the Northern Arizona Climate Change Alliance is taking a stand against the nation's biggest financial backer of fracking, Wells Fargo. Fracking draws concern from environmentalists because of the impact of fossil fuels on climate change. Fracking is the injection of high-pressured fluid into rock to extract oil or natural gas.
Wells Fargo is the largest financier of fracking projects and other fossil fuel projects as well.
Northern Arizona Climate Change Alliance board member Stephen Sommer was one of over 20 protesters who gathered outside the Wells Fargo on South Milton Road Friday.
We're hoping to urge customers to think about putting their money in Wells Fargo and thereby supporting fossil fuel projects when we need to really be backing totally away from the use of fossil fuels and going to clean energy.
Fellow protester Norman Conger explains why this issue is important to him.
I'm protesting in terms of climate justice and climate change. I'm 87 actually, so I'm not going to be here too much longer. But my daughter and then the grandsons and now a great-grandson, they're all part of the future, and it's very important.
As a result of the protest and social media coverage, according to Sommer, people pledged to withdraw collectively over $7 million from Wells Fargo. Caitlin Boland, NAZ Today.
A Wells Fargo spokesperson said in a statement to NAZ Today that they believe climate change is one of the most urgent environmental and societal issues of our time. They have set a goal for net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050, including emissions for their clients, as this does relate to their financing.
Arizona Governor Doug Ducey signed a series of bills that target abortion and transgender rights. The bills he signed will restrict gender reassignment surgery until the age of 18 and will ban transgender girls from playing on girls' sports teams. He also signed a bill that bans abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy. 3 adopted children of a former civilian leader, David Frodsham, are suing the state of Arizona, claiming gross negligence. This after the state and the U.S. Army allegedly ignored red flags pointing to Frodsham as a sexual abuser. Frodsham was a top civilian leader in Afghanistan and was ordered home from Bagram Air Base in 2015 for alleged sexual misconduct. The Sierra Vista man pleaded guilty in 2016 to leading a child porn ring, and now the victims are seeking answers as to why they were left under the care of their alleged abusers despite numerous complaints. As for now, the criminal investigation continues.
Coming up, gas and grocery prices continue to skyrocket. Also, it's not COVID-19, but a new kind of disease is taking over restaurants. Stay with us.
We've got some clouds increasing tonight here in northern Arizona, as well as a severe thunderstorm warning across the eastern region over by Hopi and Winslow. But all that weather and warnings will be moving out by tomorrow for a beautiful sunny weekend. I'll have more on weather, so stay with us after the break.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Does your family need a break from the daily routine?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org and trade in the big screen for the big blue sky by visiting a local park or forest near you.
Hiking, picnicking, swimming, orienteering, climbing, admiring wildlife, or inhaling fresh air may result in heightened creativity, feelings of joy, harmony, satisfaction, and a euphoria that can only be explained as oneness with the natural world. Whoa.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Meals on Wheels gives me a chance to be totally selfless. More than the food itself, a lot of seniors don't have family. So just to have someone to talk to, just to say, hey, how was your day? That means so much more than a meal could ever mean. We have to look outside of ourselves to be that lifeline to other people. It's worth it.
Welcome back. Just hours after Moscow claimed it would drastically reduce military activity in parts of northern Ukraine, the mayor of Cherniv claims Russia carried out an attack on his town. The scale down of Russian troops was supposed to follow the talks in Turkey Tuesday, but Ukrainian authorities say Moscow has not relented in attacks against Cherniv and Kyiv. Chris Wen has the latest from Washington.
Ukrainian cities under attack, despite Russia's claim that it would scale back. The northern city of Chernihiv, hit by Russian airstrikes, as shelling continued through the night.
This is yet another confirmation that Russia always lies. And they are saying about the reducing intensity, they actually have increased the intensity of strikes.
In the south, officials in Mykolaiv say several people died after a regional government building was attacked. Civilians who remain living in a constant state of fear.
They are trying to hide in bomb shelters, try not to be outside as much as they can. But we never know when the hit can happen.
New satellite images show entire blocks destroyed in the port city of Mariupol, including a Red Cross warehouse.
It's also dangerous to go out, even to cook or to bury your dead. So it's the city of mass grave.
And this video from the Ukrainian Witness Project shows the full extent of the devastation left behind in the western Kyiv suburb of Irpin. More than 4 million people have fled Ukraine since the start of the invasion last month. Wednesday, President Joe Biden spoke over the phone with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, promising Ukraine $500 million in direct budgetary aid. In Washington, I'm Chris Wynn reporting.
If you're wondering when gas and grocery prices will come down, the answer is probably not anytime soon. In fact, some new government forecasts show you might have to pay even more for those commodities in the coming months. Amy Kiley looks at the numbers.
New federal forecasts show food prices will likely keep climbing. The average cost of gas will stay high or may even rise. The USDA now predicts grocery prices will increase up to 4% throughout this year, and the average cost of dining out could set a new record. That's partly because Ukraine and Russia usually export a lot of the world's wheat and corn.
It will have global context impact beyond anything we've seen since World War II.
And China's new COVID-19 lockdowns are making it hard for supply chains to recover from the pandemic. Oil prices dipped a bit this week. That's after Russia said it would ease up its assault on parts of Ukraine. But
I think we should be clear-eyed about the reality of what's happening on the ground, and no one should be fooled by Russia's announcements.
It's called rockets and feathers, meaning when the price goes up of the price per barrel, that means your gas station price goes up like a rocket. When the price comes down per barrel, the gas station price comes down like a feather.
prices from the last month demonstrate what she's saying. Here they are for oil and gas. And here's a forecast into next year. U.S. oil producers aren't increasing drilling much to help. CEOs say investor pressure is restraining growth, according to a Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas survey.
Because of gas, we are, as of right now, no, we are definitely not taking our family vacation this year. It'll be more or less a trip to the lake.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Businesses are being impacted by a virus sweeping the country, and we're not talking about coronavirus. More than 8 million birds in Iowa alone have been affected by the avian flu. As Hernan Gutierrez reports, restaurants are trying to deal with the outbreak while still handling the pandemic.
The Machine Shed has locations in 4 states, including one in Davenport and Urbandale, Iowa. According to Chief Operating Executive for Iowa Machine Shed Restaurants, they go through 400 dozen eggs a week in just the Iowa locations.
I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. And eggs have really went up. This last week, we saw a $20 increase, and that price almost doubled in a week's time.
Jeff Grunder says on top of egg prices rising, chicken in general is getting more expensive, making fresh meat hard to come by. He says it will have to be passed on to the consumer.
And I know we're talking right now about the bird flu, but prices in general, have just went up a lot. And I think that people can see that in the grocery store, obviously. And so they're going to start seeing it in restaurants.
Along with price increases, supply shortages have also made processed chicken difficult to find. In order to keep costs at a minimum, many restaurants have opted to butcher chickens in-house. However, this still adds to the cost.
It's just more labor, it's more work to do, it's more costly, but that's the things that we're having to do to be able to, get the finished product.
When you add the current human pandemic, Grunder says the bird flu adds stress to an already struggling industry.
You can see that staff are running a little harder and they're shorthanded. Please, as guests, understand that we're trying to do the best we can.
For those worried about spreading infection from birds to humans, the CDC reports that the strain bird flu H5N1 poses a low risk to most humans.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I know,
I
I
was.
heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Looking for these? You drive Buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Is your family in need of more quality time together?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Nature is best enjoyed together. So bring the whole family to discover all the bonding and stress-reducing benefits parks and forests have to offer. Visit discovertheforest.org and trade in phone time for family time.
Birds, squirrels, chipmunks, grass, worms, bugs, trees, rocks, and other objects in nature cannot talk. If you'd like to have a conversation while visiting nature, you will need to bring humans along. We strongly recommend starting with your family.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. My name is Tori Smith and I am here bringing you your Wednesday night weather. Now looking at Flagstaff currently, we are seeing a temperature of 49 degrees right now. Those clouds are increasing and our barometric pressure is sitting just below 30. Now relative humidity right now is 39% and we are seeing northwest winds right now of 6 miles per hour, but those gusts can get up to about 20 miles per hour right now. So if you're going out tonight, definitely account for that wind chill. Now looking at our satellite right now, we are getting a lot of clouds coming in from California and Nevada, pushing their way into northern Arizona. And we also have some clouds lingering here in the city as well. But if you take a closer look at New Mexico, they're seeing quite a lot of cloud coverage right now, and that actually has to do with some of our severe thunderstorm warnings going out on throughout the nation. So looking over on the East Coast, they are going to be seeing the intense thunderstorms going on, but some of that actually pushed into New Mexico and partially northern Arizona over in the Hopi and Winslow region as well. Now our high today was 56 degrees, low tonight going to drop to 29 degrees. We're sitting right on average for those temperatures, but pointing out that record in 1971 at 70 degrees, I'd say that's still pretty cold. Now looking at our precipitation, 2.99 inches since January 1st, average at 6.01. So hopefully by monsoon season, we are going to be seeing a boost in those numbers. Now looking at our highs across the state for today, getting warmer, starting to see spring 64 over in Prescott is the high, 79 degrees in Las Vegas as the high, and 62 degrees in Hopi as the high for today. Now jumping back tonight, Flagstaff is going to see a low of 29 degrees, increasing clouds as well, but those clouds will move out by tomorrow morning. We are going to be seeing decreasing clouds tomorrow morning, giving a beautiful sunrise and beautiful sunset as well. 57 is the high for tomorrow. Now looking across the state for tomorrow, we are going to see a high in Sedona of 68 degrees, getting warmer across the state overall. 65 degrees is a high in Payson, 59 is the high in Show Low, and Phoenix seeing 82 is the high down there. Now coming back to Flagstaff, we are going to be seeing a hump this week. It's going to be 57 degrees as the high on Thursday, going to jump up to 64 Friday and Saturday, and then jumping back down to 62 and 60 degrees on Monday with 20% chance of snow showers. Now looking at the lows, we are going to be seeing slightly above freezing throughout the rest of the week. Still keep an eye out on that for those nighttime temperatures. That is all we have for weather today, but stay tuned for sports after the break. Stay with us.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch. Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
So we were walking to school.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really want
smart.
cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope we
bad
don't
day
have
at
another
school
bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. I'm your sports reporter, Kristen Chancellor. Today we're going to take a look at Flagstaff High School baseball. The Flagstaff Eagles on Friday took the field against Cactus High School from Glendale. Flagstaff held control the majority of the game, only letting the Cobras score 3. The Flagstaff baseball team took on the Cactus Cobras on Friday and came out victorious 13-3. I caught up with a few of the players to talk about their success and the joy of playing baseball.
Our first pitcher came out and just shoved, which was really nice. It's a lot easier on our defense to just get constant ground balls, constant fly balls.
Verdasco tries to stay positive even when the game isn't going exactly the way they expect it to.
I've just been trying to get the team to get back up and get back out there and shove.
This is not just a team, but a family.
We're all really close, especially the seniors. Some of the young guys are kind of just getting used to us, but every day we just get a little bit closer and a little bit closer.
While these players love the game, it does not come without some problems along the way.
We definitely don't get as much playing time because of the weather here, so it's a lot harder, especially like, honestly, any part of the game, it's harder when you have to do it in like a dome or a gym because you can't get that live off the bat with the sun in your eyes.
For Smith, playing his last season at Flag High brings to light all the best memories.
I'd say just the relationships I've made. Without baseball, I probably wouldn't have very many friends. So.
These players have always loved baseball, and they have a certain someone to thank for that.
My dad got me into baseball.
My dad got me into baseball. He used to play when he was little, and I've played since I was little, and I've loved it since then.
The Eagles will look to push forward and improve for the rest of their season.
Our at-bats and definitely our skills on the bases.
The Flagstaff Eagles are currently 7-9 and are currently facing up against the Mingus Marauders. You can check the score at azpreps.com. We will continue to follow them this season as they continue to play. That's all we have for sports. Stay tuned for a weather recap after the break.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now I'm anything but lonely.
We have this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
2 outs with a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes up to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Welcome back. Let's take one last look at weather. We are going to be seeing a hump this week, 57 going up to 64 for the weekend, and back down to snow showers expected on Monday. Now this weather makes me feel like taking a walk on the park. What about you guys?
Well, Tori, that's perfect because today is National Take a Walk in the Park Day. This day was created to encourage people to go outside and reconnect with the nature that's around them. Taking a stroll outside can reduce stress levels, lower blood pressure, and help you sleep at night.
All right, well, that is all we have for tonight. Check us out at naztoday.com. Stay classy, Flagstaff.